Nope. Yep, this one's better than nothing. Almost done. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. And backwards compatibility is one of them. So I spent the additional $10 to do that. I've been looking at the subscribers just to make sure that I have the $100 ready when I reach 9,000. Obviously, it doesn't look like I'm doing it this month or next month, but when it happens, trust me, it'll be a $100 giveaway. I'm thinking about $200 over a course of 2 weeks, so I might do that. Depends on where I'm at. It depends if the PS4 price gets announced by the time that I get to 9,000 and I've already paid off everything that I need. Then I'd be like, okay, well, over the course of 2 weeks, $200 as far as $20 PSN cards will be given away on the channel. And again, the way that Nightbot will distribute that for who is winning would be the people that participate the most. So if you keep seeing the people that participate the most winning, it's not me, it's Nightbot. They keep track of the people that are always on the stream. So I want to say thank you to those people. I'm going to go to the chat right now. So what I'm going to do is a little bit different. I just saw Craig's stream. I woke up this morning a little bit late, but at least I took my shower like last night, shaved everything. You know, did my face and all. So I'm ready this morning. Still fucking early as shit, but I'm ready. You can hear it in my voice. So I have a picture to make. Then we're gonna look at it, and then then after I make that picture, we're gonna go further in. So let's go sit at so I want to let you guys know I got Ni no Kuni. You know, this was a game that I really loved. I loved Spirited Away. I loved a lot of Studio Ghibli movies. Amazing movies. One of the best games. I didn't play part 2, but I regard as far as Ni no Kuni is concerned, the one released on the PS3, not the one on the DS, was the best Ni no Kuni. Obviously, this game went to the Switch and Xbox when it got remastered, and I didn't think that I needed to pay the price that they were asking for due to the fact that I got the game day one on the PS3 for about, $50, $60. So, I was not going to pay anything close to that. I was determined to not pay anything close to that. Because, again, I was an original adopter. So, the game was $15, $14.99. I picked it up. I would tell everybody to do the same. If you've been wondering about this game, pick it up. It's like Pokemon, but once you get into the battle, you control the monsters yourself. So, it's not turn-based. You know. So, now, that's a little bit later into the game when you start to have this flute where you can serenade the monsters at the end of the battle after you, the character, has started defeating the monsters or lower their health. But it was a very interesting take. I never saw it coming when I was playing the original game. I thought that the character and the allied characters were just beating up on these monsters, and that's how it is. We had one up monster that was his friend. I didn't think anything of it, but when that dynamic came and the girl with the flute came, and she started serenading the monster, and they said, well, you can collect these monsters. And then they were talking about, well, you can upgrade these monsters. I was like, it completely changed the whole dynamic of the type of game I thought it was. And it was amazing. It was a great game. It was an amazing game. So I had to pick this shit up. I had to have this in my digital library. I've been wanting to play through this game and complete it. This was one of the games where, when I sent my PS3 in to fix the disk drive, Sony, completely wiped my hard drive. So there were lots of games I was either halfway about to beat or, about to beat. BioShock was one of them, and my save got ruined. So I would have had a lot more trophies. I would have had a lot more completions, but there were tons of games I just wasn't willing to go back on. But there are lots of games I'm willing to play again. And it's 60 frames per second with checkerboard 4K. So I'm happy about that. Or 60 frames per second, 1440p. So I was really, really happy about that. So definitely had to pick that up. So I got a subscription for PlayStation Now. That's what we're gonna be using to talk about the backwards compatibility. Let me get an image up on screen, and let me just give me a little bit of time to edit this picture that I'm also going to use to put up on screen. So this is the thumbnail, and this is what I saw. And I got to give a big shout out to Yella. Now, a lot of people are saying Hip Hop Gamer, you know, he made sure that he got this information out to us. I'm not knocking him for that. I don't want to knock him. It's just the way that he presented that information. It didn't seem like it was true. And again, I don't believe anybody this day and age when it comes to this information being spit out. It's really hard to. Because a lot of people have been wrong, especially going into such a hyped up generation like the PS5 and Xbox Series X. You can understand that we got a lot of false information. The teraflops were wrong. You know, a lot of people were wrong on the ability of both consoles doing a certain type of ray tracing or not doing a certain type of ray tracing. Backwards compatibility being there day one or not being there day one. There's so many different things that people were wrong about. Lots of numbers were wrong, by the way, too. Like the teraflop shit, we had Xbox fans saying 9. When it came out, it was 10.30. You know, and there was a rumor right before we got the information where PlayStation fans were running around saying we had 16 teraflops. So, you know, it's for me, I don't want to get burnt that way, so I don't want to believe a lot of stuff. The image I'm making right now seems to be a confirmation and a shot from Cory Barlog. He's the guy that was worked on God of War, and it seemed like he took a pretty big shot at Microsoft. At Xbox today. So I definitely want to see if we can get that on screen, because it is pretty fucking funny. Don't worry, I will find a way to get it on screen. I'm trying to find a good nope, that's too fucking skinny. Nope, too skinny. Too skinny. Yeah, I think Craig went off and then he came back. Well, we're just going to have it like this because at least it's full. No, I can do better than that. Let me crop that. So, basically what happened was Cory said, I think it's, okay, Xbox said, if at first you don't succeed, load a previous save, right? Trying to be some sort of gaming quote. Then Cory responds to Xbox and say, I think it's time to delete the save and start over. And somebody says, oh, is that a shot? And Cory responds to that gamer, which I do know on Twitter. And Cory says, at this timeline, yes, not at them. So it's weird. You took a shot. You replied to their post. You admit that it's a shot, but you say it's not at them. I think it definitely is at them. I think it's funny. I think the whole thing is funny. Just wanted to see if I can crop it anymore. That'll be enough. I'm gonna just put that up on screen too. We can get that up in there. But yeah, so let's talk about this. and I've talked about this before, the type of backwards compatibility we have, right? Good morning to everybody. Yeah, he was saying that he was having some connection problems. I was, of course, I was in that same boat many fucking times before I upgraded to this fucking laptop where I don't have that problem anymore. I might have a little stutters, but as far as like the connection to the internet, nah. Verizon doesn't fuck up as much as Comcast. Uh, Heath Stevens, hey Jay, I said the same thing when PlayStation showed that image. Yeah, so this is the first thing we're gonna talk about is this image, right? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna see if we can go find real quick the backwards compatibility image for the PS5. Backwards compatibility PS5 image. Now I'm hoping Bing.com does us justice and gets us that image. If they can give me that image, there we go. I found it. Yeah, I use Bing for my search. I just want to let you know. Yes, it's by Microsoft, but it's very fucking useful. So the good thing is we have the image. There's no bad side to that. So this is the image. I did not make this image. I just put the logo there on the right hand side to let you guys know that this is a PlayStation Legion gaming stream. That means that you will see gameplay. You know what the podcast is on Saturday. That is featured gameplay that most of the time you guys will vote on, which you will start back voting this evening. So look for polls on Twitter and look for polls on the community section to see what I will be playing this weekend. Sunday show is when we, as the panel, talk about the gaming news of the week. If you see a live chat, most of the time I won't be gaming. I'll just be chatting with you. We have an interface for that. And obviously, game night basically means I'm gaming at night. Or I will be playing multiplayer games with the community at night. So I made sure that we have all these logos. And again, nobody has asked me for a logo, but if you guys ask me for a logo, you're subscribed to the channel, you're following me on Twitter, obviously that's free. Everybody else, if you refuse to follow me, if you refuse to subscribe, I guess I can make you a logo, but I'm going to have to charge you. Probably be anywhere between $1 and $5. Because again, you got to show some support. I can't get anything for free. So, good morning, Tricon7, Eddie. How you doing, man? Ice Queen Gaming, Vegan VR King. Sorry I didn't scroll up. Good morning to you guys. You can hear it in my voice. It is definitely morning. So let's do it. This is an edited image, right? This one right here. And Yella gave me this last month in June. I believe it was. It could have been before the PlayStation 5 reveal, or it could have been right after. He said he found it. Yella expressed to me that he doesn't, he knows he's not, no offense to Eddie, he doesn't get excited about stuff like this, so he was like, take this with a grain of salt. I was like, yeah, bro, we talked about where he got it from. I was like, okay, bro, I'm not gonna hype this up yet until it's the right time. I'm not going to show it off a lot until it's the right time. But everybody and their mother was saying that there was too much space down the bottom. Everybody said it. It was just a weird way to make this graph and leave all that space down the bottom. So hold on. I want to change, because I don't want the words to be overlapping, but I'm glad I customized this one. Hold on. I just want to make sure we get... There we go. Full. I'm going to change the topics here. I got a real important question. I got a really, really important question. If the PS3 will... Yeah, I really want to... That's an important fucking question. I don't think there's much else to talk about today. Oh, yes, we will be testing out PS Now again to see if we can stream a stream. If we can stream a stream, obviously we won't go offline. But if for whatever reason we can't stream the stream, we will obviously go offline. So we're looking good there. We're looking good here. Great. Okay. So we got everything here. So this is the original image. This right here is the image that Yella sent me. Hip Hop Gamer, before Yella sent me this information, had leaked or talked about with a lot of enthusiasm that PlayStation is going to have such a robust backwards compatibility. I'm not saying that they won't. Obviously, we all knew when we saw this picture, yeah, they're going to do more generations to this PS4, right? But how were they going to execute it? I've talked to Adam for a long time. He's talked to his contact, which is Jody. Jody has basically confirmed that, to Adam, which talked to me a lot, that it will be something along the lines of PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now will be evolving to a way where they could emulate more generations of PlayStation games and have them playable on the PS5. This will be an exclusive feature for the PS5. This type of backwards compatibility would not carry to the PS4. That would give the PS5 even more value. So I like it. We're going to go over how this would work. And then we're going to go play Ni no Kuni. And then we're going to play Ni no Kuni again. If you don't know what that means, we're going to play it on PlayStation Now. And then we're going to play the copy that I downloaded digitally early this morning. Okay, let's get started. So I paid $10 so we can do this test. I have PlayStation Now for a whole month. So Sam, if you wanted to use PlayStation Now again on my account, you can, buddy. Speaking of Sam, let me see if anybody's in the Discord. They're not, but I sit my ass in there just in case somebody comes along. Yesterday, I'm still gonna give them zeros. Ghost plays like Witcher 3, JayTech. Better unpre-order. I don't give a fuck. I was talking to Sam. I was talking to Boca Loca, yesterday, and I let him know that I don't dislike Witcher 3 because of how it plays. Actually, if you saw any of my gameplay when I got into combat, I love the combat. What kind of game is this? The Turning Test. A first-person puzzle game set on Jupiter's moon. Oh, it's a PS4 game. I never heard of this one before. That's weird. Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about. So we got multiple generations of games here. Let's say, Sonic Adventure 2 came out with the PS2. That was a PS2. Then you had these PS3 titles. What the fuck is this? Wow, they really have this game? This was like a PS... So this game was originally released on the PS1, but they re-released it, from what I believe, digitally on the PS3. But it was a PS1 title. So they have games like that too, like games that was, let's say, only on Dreamcast. They ported them to the PS3, and then you could play them now again on the PS4, and obviously they should be playable on the PS5 if you have PlayStation Now. Comic Zone, again, this is another game that was like a Sega Genesis title. You know, then they ported it to the PS3, and now you can play it on the PS4 with PlayStation Now. Ape Escape, right? This is Ape Escape 2. I don't know why they just said Ape Escape. Oh, 2 is right there. I couldn't see it. Okay, so this is Ape Escape 2. Ape Escape 2 was a PS2 title, and they let you know that this was a PS2 title. But this is PlayStation Now. So they have games that were either from other generations before the PS1 games that they remastered, or, you know, PS2 games they remastered, and they also have official PS2 titles here. And they have it all here. It's all here. It's all ready. Their PS2 library section is short. I don't like it. I don't like how small it is, because they had a lot of PS2 downloadable games. So, and obviously they had a big PS1 downloadable section. So we're gonna go back up. That's Sonic the Fighters. That really took me by surprise. So, okay, let's get this straight. We got PS4, which is the biggest library. Second biggest, right after, which is the PS3. Obviously, they made sure that it's big because they needed to make sure the people that felt that they didn't have the backwards compatibility from the previous gen, which was the PS3, that they were compensated in some sort of way. They made sure they got as many PS3 games on here as possible. There are tons of PS3 titles. Some that I don't even fucking remember. Some that I might have glanced at GameStop, but guess what? They're on here. I think they got a couple of those Japanese RPGs that I really like wanted to play or just didn't have enough time. Or they have some games like this. They got this, Battle Fantasia. I always wanted to play this game. We're gonna add this to my list. We're gonna start making a list of games so we can get started. But we are gonna play Ni no Kuni real quick on here, and then we're gonna play it the remastered version. See, they got these games. These are the games I like. I like these games. The Castlevania Lord of the Shadows. I wish they would fully remaster this. I'm adding this to the list. Now, we don't know how good these games will play. Crazy Taxi is a Dreamcast game, but it got remastered for the PS3. So, it would basically be a PS2 title, but it didn't come to the PS2. From what I understand. I don't know. It might have came straight to the PS2. It might not have. Crazy Taxi is on a lot of people's platforms, by the way. Shit's on the cell phones, for God's sakes. Destroy All Humans, 2025. Not that far from that. Uh-oh. This was one of my favorites. And I played this one for you guys. Yeah, I played that. That's in my library. I'm just gonna add a couple more. Final Fight. We gotta add this one in there too. Say it's a PS3 game, but it could be a remaster of PS2 or another system. They have all the God of Wars. So if you felt that you don't know shit about God of War, they got every single God of War game. I don't see God of War 3, but they have 5 God of Wars. We had 6 God of War games available for the PS3. Including God of War 3. So they have all the Infamouses. They have Infamous 1, 2, and Festival of Blood, where he turned into a vampire. I really did like this one. This one was really pretty cool. I'm gonna probably add that to my list. Again, I'm not gonna play to beat these games, but these are, because I just don't have the fucking time. This was one of my favorite games. Underrated. I loved part 1. I spent a lot of time playing the multiplayer. I remember that it was snowing in the game, and it was like we were snowed in, when the game came out, and I had it, and I played the fuck out of it. And the multiplayer was alive at that fucking time when it close to when it came out. Loved it. I love that they did a collaboration with Lost Planet 2 with Killzone, so they had a lot of Killzone outfits and shit. Really, really nice. I wish that Capcom would bring this back. I did not play Lost Planet 3. I don't know much about this. I don't know if they did good or bad. But this was a series or franchise from Capcom that I really hope they bring back, but they probably won't, and I don't know why. Um, all the Mega Mans, which some of these came out before the PlayStation even came out, um, but they're still in the PS3 section because they got remastered for it. They got MotorStorm Apocalypse, but they don't have the first two, which I don't like. And here we go, Ni no Kuni. Let's add Ni no Kuni to the list. We found it. I wasn't even looking for it, but is that it? I think that's it. And then of course, remember I told you there was a lot of Ratchet and Clanks. They don't have. Oh, this one. I wanted to play this again. I'm gonna remove it, but add it back so I can hopefully go to the top. There we go. Ragnarok Lost Odyssey. I played that on the Vita. Uh, I was notified later on that the game was coming to the PS3. But I wasn't gonna play it on the PS3 because I already owned it on a Vita. And then I don't know if they brought it out on the PS4. I don't think they did. But I was upset that it came out on a PS3, but they did not bring it out on a PS4, which was already out. So it was so weird. Rain was a game that I wanted to play, obviously because of Water, but I didn't because it released so fucking late. Puppeteer was another one, wherever that's at. That released very late in the generation. But yeah, they have all the Ratchet and Clanks except for Tools of Destruction. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We had 6 Ratchet and Clanks and 6 God of Wars last gen. That's a lot. There, Sony really milked those games last gen. I mean, they were all different and they did their own thing. Two of which was God of War 1 and 2, that was a remaster from the PS2, and then the other two were remasters from the PSP, but they still did have a lot of God of Wars. At least the Ratchet and Clanks were all new for that console. I mean, we're looking through the PS3 library. If anybody's like upset and saying, "Hey, well, I can't play PS3," well, they have them on PlayStation now, and obviously they're planning on enhancing what they're building upon what they did with PlayStation Now. That you can play these games now. You can only stream these games for the PS3. I'm gonna put this back in my library. So this is a PS3 title, but we know it came out on a Dreamcast. And we also know this game came out on, I played it on a GameCube. So I don't know if they brought this game out on a PS2, but I did play it on a GameCube. So that means that if there was a PS2 version of this game, they should have put it in the PS2 library just to boost the library. Really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed this. One of my first favorite Star Wars games. Star Wars The Force Unleashed. I loved it. Wow, they really got a lot of games. They got 1 and 2, by the way. They got Starhawk on here. Love this game. I don't know if I platinumed it, but I wanted to. But I don't know if I did. Really great game. We had a African American protagonist with a brother that was also African American. Really great game. Multiplayer was really well done. I did not mind the single player. It was really, really well done. I really wish they would bring back the Warhawk or the Hawk series. Really, really great series. I played Warhawk multiplayer, tons of hours. I mean, I was really, really shitty at it, and I came back to it years later, and I gave it, more time, and it was better. Oh my fucking god, they got Oblivion on this bitch. This is the one that they should have kept milking. This is the one they should have kept remastering, and they never fucking did. They never remastered Oblivion. And I'm not even going to put it on the fucking list because it's probably shit. Wow.
Well, it is because that game is shit.
Fucking Fatal sneaking in here.
What's up, Jay?
What's going on,
I
man?
haven't been on fucking on any of your shows in a while, bro.
I know. You've been eating fried donuts made out of fried packs. Again, this game right here, this is by Sony Interactive Entertainment. They should remaster this game. It's a side-scrolling Dark Souls game where you take the role of an animal and you survive through a post-apocalyptic Tokyo. And it is really fucking dope. There's tons of animals you can pick. If you successfully find another animal you can mate, and then you live on through that new generation, and you have more level ups. It's a really, really great game. Very different game. You don't see any games like that. Obviously, they have all the Uncharted games. They have Virtual Fighter 2, which again, I don't know if this came out on a Dreamcast or a Sega CD, but I don't know if it was a PS2 title. I don't think they ported it, but they have it. Lots of games. Like we're scrolling through, and we're just done. We're just finishing up. So the only Yakuzas they have right here are Part 4 and 5. Zack Zero. I don't know. I've never heard of that one. Wow, they really had a lot of game, and of course they had White Knight Chronicles Part 1, but they did not have Part 2, and I believe White Knight Chronicles is on the list. Yes, so
The sequel should be on there, dude, because that comes with both games.
so what we're gonna do? Also what I want to do, since we have this screen up, I should definitely take a screenshot. So we don't have PS1 section on here. But if we had a PS1 section, you would have to agree with what Hip Hop Gamer and the images that I've shown, that they actually do have all generations. They just don't have a lot for the PS2, and there's no PS1. Maybe that's what they wanted, because a lot of PS1 games did get remastered for the PS3, so they probably threw that shit in the PS3 section. That's why it's so boosted. The
Mainly
PS2
PS2
section,
games is what got
we know PS2 had the best generation, but it's not a lot of games. That's it. I just scrolled down a little bit. That's it. So, Arc the Lad, I remember buying this on the PS2 when I, had it. Really great game. Very different type of RPG. Didn't play anything like that before or after. Dark Cloud 1, I had that. I saw my brother play 2, but I never got through 1. But I did like
They
what
need
they
to come
did
back
with
out
it.
with that, JTech.
Yes,
They
they
need to come
do.
back out
And
with Dark
that's
Cloud.
from what I
Yeah,
believe a Sony Interactive Entertainment game. So yes.
right.
And what was
Yep.
funny is, I know a lot of people hate PlayStation All-Stars. Because this was a Sony Interactive game, they could have added this character, which was a well-known character at the time, and they wanted the game to return. They could have added the character from Dark Cloud 2 or 1 and have him as a skin. I don't understand why there were so many fucking games, bro. Harvest Moon, they only have 2 of those, but I think there were more than that released. But these are some good ones. This one got a remaster on the PSP, I remember. It was really good. And Rogue Galaxy is a really well done game, but then they ended up remastering it for the PS4, so kind of defeats the purpose. These are good. I don't know about Wild Arms 3. I know I saw my brother play it. I like Part 1 and 2. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then they have some more Star Wars shit, and then they have all of this other stuff. Like, I just think that they could have added upon this a lot more. There were tons of fucking games, but look, you can't put God of War 1 and 2 in this library because you remastered them for the PS3. So they're a part of the PS3 library. Basically, any game that got remastered for the PS3, if they were PS2 titles, they're in the PS3 library. Now, I don't have a problem with that because they're enhanced already. But that's what a lot of people should understand. Now, I can't sit up here and say that they will have physical backwards compatibility. But at this point in time, you should understand that that's a pretty penny for anybody. These games are rare as fuck. I think it was a Castlevania game, and I think it might have been Castlevania or something like that for the original Game Boy, the big gray Game Boy, and that shit was $100. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you go back in time, these games are very valuable, and they could cost you a lot of money. So I don't care if they do physical backwards compatibility with the PS1, 2, and 3. 4 shouldn't matter. You know you can pick those games up dirt cheap. But when you go farther back, those games are very expensive. I remember my brother having this talk with me, last gen when we were hunting for PS1 and 2 games. And you could find them at yard sales, and some of these older stores like thrift stores and stuff, you'll find some good games for very cheap because they don't know the value. But anywhere else on the internet, that shit's gonna be very expensive. So let's go test out Ni no Kuni. So these are the games that I played or put in my library. So this is what I want to say. We're going to look over these games, right? You can only stream these PS3 titles. Most of these titles are from the PS3. You can't download any of these, right? Oh, I love Killzone also. This is a part of my list. These are on my list, and the games up top are the ones I played. I'm going to go back to the PS2 just to see if I can do a trick. If I can't do this trick, that's cool. See, I already own this. I got this from the PlayStation Store. They remastered this shit. It's been remastered for the PS3, or ported to the PS4, sorry. And so I already have it on my hard drive. These two, I saw this one on the PlayStation Store, so I could download it for the PS4. It doesn't fucking make sense. They did the same thing with this Emerald Galaxy, so it would be left up. And they're bringing back Destroy All Humans. I mean, if a developer is just gonna remaster the game or port the game to a new generation, you're just gonna use that. So it's not that they don't have a PS2 library. It's just most of the games been remastered for other generations. So they put them in different sections. So let's just test out Arc the Lag because I know they didn't remaster this. So this is what we want to get to. And I wanted to make sure we had this confirmation. PS2 games can be downloaded. PS4 games can be downloaded to your hard drive. But PS3 games cannot be downloaded. So you see the download game option. That means you don't have to stream it. That means it's on your hard drive. Let's go download this game. We will go to the PS4 section, and we will do something similar.
What are you looking at, JayTech?
This is the PlayStation Now setup for the PS4.
Oh, that garbage service? Right on.
Yeah, it might be garbage, but it's proving a pretty point. We have reports that PlayStation will expand upon this, and it can't be garbage if it's doing what Game Pass is doing. The only generations where you can download a game is the PS2 and the PS4. Obviously, we know PS4 has the most games in here, so that means you would be paying for the service for $10 a month, and you will have access to download and play these games as much as you want. Now the PS3 section is the section that you
it's all streamable shit.
You would really want to play those games, but you can stream them, but you can't download them. So I'm just looking for a smaller game. I don't want to fuck up my stream either. Okay, so this is perfect. Dead Nation, another PlayStation exclusive. you have the option. This is a PS4 game. Obviously, I'm taking a screenshot so I could share this with you guys on Twitter and Discord later on. This is another game that you do have the option, because it's in the PS4 library, you can download. Now, I have a good amount of games in the PS3 library, and you can't download. I'll be taking a screenshot and going there too. So, you can download PS2 games to your hard drive. You can download PS4 games to your hard drive. But PS3 games, even the smaller ones that are not demanding, they don't have a way to do that. That means that they would be in the process of developing an emulator, which is the reports that we have. That's why we're here today talking about this topic. Or they already have that, or they have to develop that process. Sorry. When they develop that process and add it on to what PlayStation Now is now for next gen with the PS5, the PS3 library will probably have a new emulator, and it'll allow you to download the games directly to your hard drive and play without needing to stream it. So we're going to go back to Ni no Kuni. We're going to play this. There's no way for me to capture. Also, I just want to let you guys know. I don't know if they have changed that with the PS5, but you cannot capture gameplay that you're streaming. And I don't believe you can capture any gameplay that's downloaded on your hard drive because it's working on a different emulator. So if they didn't have that feature on the PS2 or the PS4, if they didn't have that feature on the PS2 or the PS3, then obviously you won't be able to do it. But because you guys are seeing what I'm seeing, we will still test it out. So I've done this test on my older laptop. I will do another PlayStation Now test. I have my DualShock, and I will hook up the Ethernet cord. Well, sorry, the Ethernet cord is already hooked up. So it didn't launch. Could be because I'm streaming already. Or possibly because I fucking own the game, but we'll see. Play your game anywhere. They still have the old advertisement for PlayStation Now. Oh, no. Yeah, they just let you know if it's having any problems. I think the stream is good. I want to thank all 30 of you guys for being here. If you don't like what you're seeing, you can hit that dislike. If you do like what you're seeing, you can hit that like. We're going to see if Ni no Kuni starts up. I don't know why PlayStation Now wouldn't start up. Possibly because I'm downloading 2 other games at the same time that I'm streaming in high quality. Automatically saved to the cloud. Yeah. So if you play a game, it saves to the cloud. And let's say if you play the same fucking game again on a PS5, you will be able to continue. Stay in the game if you are an actor for a while. Games. And then they also have trophies. So every game you play on PlayStation Now has trophy support. Something's happening. So I'm guessing it's finally going into the game. Let me read some of these comments. How you doing, Andrew Wilkins? Sorry I didn't see that comment. Oh, Ice Queen is gone. Yeah, it's a lot of fucking trolls online. Let's see what you guys are talking about. So, as you can see, once I go back into Ni no Kuni that was released on a PS3, I got save data for trophies because I played the game. And I still have, I'm still on the same account. So it goes into emulator that's just like the PS3. It's a PS3 game, so it goes into a PS3 emulator. So the whole setup is if I'm on a PS3. So when it starts this game up, it's just like I'm on a PS3. I forgot level 5 works on this shit too. Yes, this shit's not far. And when you log back into a PS3 after you've been on the PS4 forever, all of those messages come flying back. So you're gonna see this shit for a while. I have no choice but to start a new game because my save data was fucking wiped. So I can tell it's streaming, but it's not any lag, it's not any buffering or anything like that. It seems like Arc the Lad is already fully downloaded. So Ni no Kuni was already a beautiful game. Yeah, Ni no Kuni was already a beautiful game.
Slow down, Mr. Drippy.
The ding dong bell's just on the way.
Huh? Huh?
I can tell that I'm streaming, but there's no lag.
What do we do?
Run for it. Right. Let's get going, shall we?
Huh? Hey, wait for me! So this is your world.
That's right. A whole nother world. Beautiful, innit?
This is a beautiful fucking game, trust me. When it first came out, there was no game with this type of quality that looked just like a fucking movie from Studio Ghibli. It looked exactly like the movies, bro. It was almost like you're playing a fucking animated game, an animated movie. And obviously, because Studio Ghibli had a huge influence on this game when it was being made as well, it starts out just like their movies. Like, you see the credits and the theme song and everything, and it's fucking dope. It has a pretty grim story, so it might look like a kid's game, but it has a lot of mature themes. It seems like Dead Nation has already been quickly installed. So again, I told you guys I have Verizon Fios, so I'm streaming at 1080p. I'm streaming Ni no Kuni. I was also downloading 2 different games from PlayStation Now, and they're already downloaded. And I'm still streaming Ni no Kuni for you guys to watch on this stream. So yeah, if I would tell anybody, go with Verizon Fios. I've been using it since I moved out here, and it's fucking great. It's fucking great. I've had no fucking problems. You know, if I've ever had problems with my stream, it was never the fucking connection. It was always the laptop. It's fucking weird that can limit you from producing some good shit.
But what if I told you that Ni no Kuni was streaming you?
Oh, fuck you. What's going on, Yellow? Bro,
What's going on, brother?
I gave you a shout out, bro. Looks like that shit's coming true with that backwards compatibility stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes sense. I mean, we're doing this test here with PlayStation Now. Downloaded 2 different generations of games. PS3 is the only one that they won't let you download because they don't have a working emulator for it.
Yeah.
They only have a streaming emulator. And it is that cell processor. So by the way, guys, in this game, you will see animations, but you will see gameplay.
So we finally finished it, huh?
It looks, it's a really good game.
He just stepped out with some deliveries for me. I doubt he'll have gotten far.
Thanks, Miss Layla.
Oh, say hi to your mother for me.
Sure thing, Miss Layla.
I'm gonna
Like I
play
said, bro.
the fuck out of this game. Look at how good the game looked compared to the animation, though. Huh?
No, I'm just saying with the backwards compatibility. What I sent you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like to keep myself aware, not
Yeah.
overhyped or try
And
to get
I was like, okay, bro, this is an amazing picture. I was like, nah, I don't want to hype that shit up until it's confirmed. I don't care if I'm late, breaking the news, but I want to make sure stuff is confirmed before we talk about it. Some people do look at what we say, and they watch what we say, listen to what we say, and they take that shit very seriously. So if I go out there and say Halo is coming to PlayStation, a lot of people that watch us, they might believe it, and I don't want to give anybody false information.
Mm-hmm.
Over here.
So we can confirm that it's working, that we're streaming Ni no Kuni, even though I got the remastered version. I will also test this out. Yep. Cannot record gameplay while using PlayStation Now. So you can't.
Good thing you found me. Guess what? She's finally ready.
So what?
What else would it be, dum-dum?
Boy, you are something else, though. So what do we do now?
What else? We take her for a spin. Tonight.
What, tonight?
Sure. You go ask your mom. And then when do we do it, huh? Tomorrow? Next year?
Well, no, but okay, we'll do it.
You calling into work today?
Have to be real quiet.
Oh no.
Sure we
I
will.
think you should. PS5 is getting pre-orders open today
Yeah.
at 18 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm gonna I gotta make this money, bro.
No, that's right, man.
The check looked really good, but we didn't get our increase. I think it's at the end of July or the next check. But I wasn't even thinking about that. I was just thinking about getting normal pay, but that shit's gonna look fucking nice. Then I think whatever YouTube's gonna pay me, that shit's gonna be what, the 21st. So
Can you send me a pack of gummy bears this time?
Oh yeah, definitely the gold pack. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, bro, I'm good.
You sure?
I'm good.
Got
I'm
a
good.
big packet of golds.
Don't ever disrespect my gummies like that again on Twitter.
You know, they weren't that good, bro. That's why I ate them so fast.
Hurry, get him out of here. I saw the tweet, bro. I was laughing my ass off. I was like, all right, Jay. That's how you feel? All right.
That's how I feel. All day, every day. Yeah, you know, the one thing about Ni no Kuni, it takes a while to get into what it really is. And that's why I was so surprised when I was getting into shit, because they make you think that the game is one way, and it's really not that way. Like, you might think it's top down like this the whole time, but it's not. It's only like that in this city area. Wow, bro. This shit brings back great memories. It was still a very well done graphical game for that time period. If I was just playing on a 1080p display while streaming, it probably would have looked even better. So that's a good thing. I didn't even know you could walk down this far, but you can. Wow, they got a motel. I didn't even know all of this. I didn't know you could like travel down here and shit. Burger and malts. Yeah, they always like Studio Ghibli loves that old classic time period, you know, fucking 60s and 70s and shit. I guess that's when they were founded. Okay, yeah, you can't fucking save on this game either. Like, it's it's a save point. Yeah. Let me take my ass back to the house, because if not, I'm gonna have to start all this shit over again anyway. Oh, I can run in the street? Oh, that's nice. They call me Street Runner. That's what they call me. What's going on, Yellow? I'm gonna have to get the fuck out of here. Okay. Close this.
Leave that open.
Leave that open. Okay, let's go test out Arc the Lad. So Arc the Lad starts. Yep, it starts as if it's running on a PS4 emulator with a little backdrop right here, but it's still running on a PS2 emulator. So it won't let me take a screenshot. And it is from PlayStation Now as well. So they're giving me that prompt. You can't take a screenshot. Hopefully they change that. That would be really nice with the PS5, allowing you to capture gameplay from PlayStation Now. That would really be nice. Oh, of course I don't got any memory from memory cards. Fuck. Oh, this looks really good. This looks better. This has better quality than Ni no Kuni. That's weird. Seems like PS2 all the way. Flat textures. Rated R. I played the fuck out of this game. I remember that. I remember myself
What, Arc the
playing.
Lad?
Yeah, because it was one of my first RPGs. Pretty much bargain bin at the time too. I picked it up with the PS2. Well, I mean, I had the PS2, and I just wanted to get into some Japanese RPGs. That was the cheapest one. Picked that shit up. I could
There
not
were
stop
so many
playing
fucking
it, bro.
RPGs for that fucking generation, bro.
I know, man. I was overwhelmed,
many.
bro. And I was
We all
still in
were.
high school, no money.
We all were, bro.
So much shit, bro. So much shit that I didn't get to play. So I got a confirmation that they are letting me capture gameplay. So we got a confirmation right now. They're letting me capture the gameplay from Arc the Lad, which is a PS2 game. So PS3 games, you can't download to your hard drive and you can't capture. But if you can download a game to your hard drive, I believe they allow you to capture gameplay from.
Keep ticking. Keep ticking.
Again, a lot of people won't do this test. I know a lot of people on YouTube are different. That's cool. But it's important to do the groundwork for this type of stuff. Reading all specs only goes but so far. You have to actually prove that this shit happens.
But also, JayTech, when you're reading your specs off, you also have to talk in your YouTube voice.
Fuck that shit.
Make sure you
So
hit that
many
like
fucking
button.
memories are flooding back right now. Look at that dude's hairline.
We're not finished yet.
You know, they could have added Arc the Lad. They could have added that character to PlayStation All-Stars. I was also just saying they could have added the character from Dark Cloud 2 to PlayStation All-Stars. They had so many
Man, I remember when that game first came. Dude, I had that fucking day one with the strategy guide.
They just had so many characters. And they didn't add any, bro. The fuck? That's what pissed me off the most about PlayStation All-Stars. It wasn't the gameplay. It wasn't how it was played. It was that they had all these characters and they didn't use it. So yeah, you can capture gameplay from a game that you download on the PS2 because it's downloaded to your hard drive. So obviously this is a PS4 game. We downloaded it to my hard drive from the PlayStation Now. Let's go see if this has a similar setup. This has a similar setup, allowing you to see gameplay capture and live streams from other people. So again, it is confirmed that you can live stream, capture gameplay, and post screenshots from a PlayStation Network game that is running on a PS2 emulator. So that's impressive. Can't do that with a PS3 title. You can only stream it. You can see the start looks different. There's start here and there's start there, but it has the PlayStation Now stream logo. This one also downloaded, but this is a PS4 game. Obviously, we can just jump right into it. It's running off of the PS4, so we're getting way better quality than what we got from Ni no Kuni. Even though I know Ni no Kuni looks better than that, the streaming made it not look so good. That's why when anybody on the PC side say I can play your games on PlayStation Now, I kind of ignore these guys. Because the quality you're playing, which I believe it's locked to 720p 30. Yeah, that's what you guys say you don't like to play. Another PlayStation exclusive right here.
God, this game is so fucking good.
What game you playing? Packus?
Fucking last. Yeah, Packus Part 2.
You playing Packus? Yeah.
Last of Us Part 2, brother. Going
Good,
for that
right?
pliggity plat.
So you heard what we got to talk about this on Sunday. You heard what Metacritic is doing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they want to make sure they push that shit back a couple days to make sure whoever's posting the reviews actually played the fucking game, which is something they should have thought of before. So, from what I believe, the game I was playing, Arc the Lad, that was 60 frames, and this one is 60 frames too. Yep. So obviously I can capture gameplay from this game. That's the PS4 game anyway. So if you download a PS2 game, you can capture gameplay. You download a PS4 game, that's obvious you can. But if you're streaming any of these, you can't. So yes, I have PlayStation Now, but there are games that they allow me to download, and there's games that they don't allow me to. The ones that are restricted to streaming, you can't capture screenshots, you can't live stream or take videos, and the quality is not as good. So these are both 60 frames. This one is not. So, let me delete this just off of my hard drive. And then I'm going to go back into Ni no Kuni, the remaster, and show you. Trust me, you're going to see a huge increase in quality from my neck. What? Where's
Looking
Brian
at
at?
my neck while I'm sniffing on a pile of rocks.
Come on, bro. Don't take my fucking song like that.
That's Brian's song. Fuck out of here.
That's fucking disrespectful. You know who
Brian's
I haven't
song.
saw a lot this gen? Level 5. And they were really good, bro. They made, they finally announced that, Crash Bandicoot game for the cell phones. I knew Activision was gonna milk the shit out of Crash. That's just what they were gonna do anyway, bro. Yeah, they're gonna milk the shit out of that game anyway.
No, I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this at all.
Fan of what?
Last of Us Part 2.
Yeah, I bet. So we're gonna make sure we user agreement. Why do they got a user agreement? I just played this fucking game. Who owns this game? Who owns this fucking? Who owns level?
Level 4. Goobity goop.
Who owns Level 5, the game developer?
Here's what I found.
Who owns Level 5 game studios?
Akihiro Hino. Here's a summary from Wikipedia. Level 5 Inc.
I think these motherfuckers been acquired. Because they never would have told me. Yeah, they must have been acquired.
Joel threw a brick at the back of a clicker's head, and then I countered with a throat slice, killed the shit out of that damn clicker. Oh, man.
So, Level 5 made games, but most of their shit that they made was like partnered. Like, they were partnered with Square, and then they were partnered with Sony for Dark Cloud, and then they were partnered with Nintendo for the Professional.
Level 5 did Dark Cloud?
Yeah. Level 5 did Dark Cloud. That's why I respected the fuck out of them. Because I knew they did Dark Cloud. That's why I went and got White Knight Chronicles. I would have never got that game.
Did they do the first Dark Cloud, or was it Dark Cloud 2 that they did?
They're saying Dark Cloud was owned by Sony, but they worked on Dark Cloud.
Okay.
But I don't know if it means the whole series. They said they worked on, listen to this, they worked on Dragon Quest 8, and then there were 9 other games also that they worked on for Square Enix. So Level 5 has been around when it comes to Japanese RPGs, but I haven't really saw a lot of movement from them this gen. I really wish they would work on more because they were really good at what they did. Okay, finally I can get to the game. Let's see how different the quality looks. 4K settings. Look at that. Let's go fuck around with this and prove some people wrong. Ooh, look at that, motherfucker. 4K 30 or 1440p 60 frames per second. Would you look at that shit right there? I couldn't do this anyway because, you know, I got it in 1080p mode. But it's good to know that we have this option for this game. I think more games next gen should have these options. Have more options, even if it's only 2. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, it's much clearer. Obviously, it's a remaster, but... Oh, that looks really good. It's really stuttery. Uh-oh, what's going on here? It doesn't look like 60.
Get a move on, Ollie boy!
Slow down, Mr. Drippy.
The ding dong bell's just on the way.
And I'm not streaming this. This don't look like 60.
Oh, man.
What do we do?
Run for it!
It's not bad, but I'm not playing this shit in 4K, so I don't really fucking know.
Hey, wait for me.
See, I'm playing the PS4 version, so I will have to go put the Pro mode back on and see what the enhancements really are. Cause I'm still playing at 1080p. We skipping all that. I watched that shit before. Fuck out of here. Did all that shit before too. Skip. Oh yeah, that looks really fucking good. Oh, that shit looks really fucking good. Oh yeah, that's 60. See, the opening was okay. The opening was what it was. That wasn't really gameplay. But they should have still made it 60. I noticed that shit wasn't 60, but this is 60. Oh yeah. Oh, that looks really good. Skip all that shit. House is right there. Oh, okay, I do got a map. Let's take our asses over there. Running in the street, they call me street runner. Oh, this looks really good. I'm probably gonna be playing this at 60 most of the time. Yeah, this looks amazing. Just fucking played it, but it looks really fucking good. Yeah, I'm hoping that we also have an option to capture in 60. A lot of people are talking about playing a video game in 60. I'm hoping the PS5 is good enough to capture gameplay at 60 frames.
Did you say something, sweetie? You're kind of busy tomorrow, huh?
Well, now that you mention it, I do have to practice for my concert in the morning.
Oh, yeah? So, you'll be in bed kind of early, huh?
Yes, I suppose I will.
Oh, you will, huh?
Eggs and bacon.
Well, you
They
stop
call it
being so
bacon eggs.
mysterious and eat your breakfast. You'll be late for school.
Don't be fooled by this fucking game. This game is fucking dope. Trust me. I don't play shitty games like some people.
Okay.
Shut the hell up.
Thanks for breakfast, Mom.
Over there drinking milk and shit. Like Kurt Angle.
See you later, Mom.
Call you the fucking milkman. They call you.
Oh, it's true. It's true. It's damn true.
I don't want to hear that shit. So you heard Naughty Dog is already making their next game?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't want to hear nobody say a developer can't get fully funded making a game only on PlayStation. Because they did it on fucking Horizon. Why do you think Horizon 2 was already in development before it actually came out on the PC? It doesn't come out on the PC until next month. Horizon 2 was already announced and in development. And we found that out last month. So please, stop. They're making tons of fucking money on PlayStation exclusives. Tons of money. 4 million in 3 days. And I looked back and Halo 5 did 5 million in 3 months. Please, tell me, who made the most money? That's all I care about. Who made the most money in the quickest amount of time? I might have to try my hardest to go back and get the platinum for Last of Us, because I don't want to not have that platinum.
It's a challenging one.
It is challenging, but I don't have to play that game on crushing.
No, it's grounded. You don't have to play it on grounded.
Oh, yeah, you ground it, sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you! Oh my god, they finally added a save. Okay, so Nino Kuni did not have an option to save. You had to. It was a classic game where you had to get to a save point. Wow, that means that you would have to like play through most of the story and shit. This game looks amazing in 60 frames. I can't say 4K because or 1440p because I don't know if that's what I'm looking at. But it looks really good at 60. I'm definitely gonna play this game in pro mode. I wish I could stream this shit in 60 for you guys, man. Wow.
Well, if your PS4 was 120 hertz like mine, you wouldn't have that problem. Quit buying cheap shit.
You say something? Say something over there, Brian?
Yeah, Phil.
No, it's something with the laptop. I gotta go set up the settings of the laptop to let this shit stream and
What are you looking at? What is it with that kid? What kept you, Slowpoke?
Sorry, my mom just wouldn't go to bed. So, is it finished?
Sure is. The last bearing's in, and she's
what the
primed
fuck
for
is it?
action. Wanna see?
I don't even remember. I think it's a car or a fucking. Gotta be a fucking car.
Here goes nothing.
Okay.
Oh yeah, it's a little buggy. That shit did look nice.
You betcha. The new Coupe Deluxe ain't got nothing on us, Ollie.
It's not even close.
So, you ready to hit the road, kiddo?
Yeah!
Oh, shit.
What the fuck? So obviously I can capture this because it's a fucking remaster. So yeah, I mean I think I like what PlayStation Now is attempted to do with the PS4 as much as it could do. With the PS5 it'd do even more. Obviously they don't allow you to download any games on the PC version of PlayStation Now because that would defeat the fucking purpose of having exclusives. But you can stream them as 720p. You can, yeah, stream them at 720p 60. I mean, sorry, 720p 30. I can't wait until I get to the other world. Then I don't have to do the top-down shit.
All right, bro. Let me get up out of here, man.
Okay.
You gotta go to work here soon.
Uh-oh. Making that money.
Because the
Oh shit! I'll catch up with you, bro.
Don't go. Huh? It's bad. Please, Oliver. Don't go. Who are you? How do you know my name?
Ollie! What's taking you so long?
I'm sorry, Phil. Someone saw me.
Oh, man. Who was it?
Oh, that girl over.
Oh, this bitch
What are you
disappeared.
talking about?
Calling
There's nobody
her disappearing Alice.
That's weird.
She's a
She was
fucking
right
ghost.
there.
Let's see if we got any
A girl,
other
huh?
gaming news.
I bet it was that dumb
I mean, we
stupid
all
girl.
knew Naughty Dog was working on something new.
Couldn't be. She's not allowed out.
Adam might have been wrong on that one.
Screw you or something.
Cause
Damn,
see,
come on.
Oh, okay.
he said, and I agreed, that they should take a break. But they making so much money for PlayStation. Last of Us made so much money, people to this very day are still talking about The Last of Us 1 and 2. Capcom says its game sales are 80% digital and rising. Well, digital is the way now. I mean, I play a lot of my games digital.
Might this one not prove equally tenacious?
What would you have me do, Your Radiance?
Such saplings must not be suffered to grow.
Very well, Your Radiance.
They say scream inside your heart? The fuck?
He who would save this doomed world must die. Mom! Help me!
Sweetie?
Oh shit. Shit about to get real dark. Let me make sure my volume is up for the game.
Oliver?
It's been such a long time, so I kind of forget what happened, but something about to happen. It's pretty dark.
You're kind of busy tomorrow, huh?
Well, now that you mention it, I do have to practice for my concert in the morning.
Oh, yeah? So,
Motherfucking dog.
you'll be in bed kind of early, huh?
Oliver. Oliver.
Naughty Dog did such a fucking good job, bro. Okay, guys. We got a red alert. We got a red alert. And I know I don't like Xbox or PC gamers. Well, sorry, PC fanboys. But this is a red alert for Xbox One. It's something we knew was going to happen. They had to force people to move on. I didn't think that they would do it. Because they're talking about, hey, you can play your games on all generations of consoles and all of this other dumb shit. Okay, let's go get this confirmation. Blah, 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 blah. Nope, that's not what we're looking for. Blah, 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 blah. Nope, do. Confirmation on that. Get that link up. Anything else? Any other confirmation? No? 9 hours ago. Okay. Okay, and then what are we looking at over here? This was something else over there. Nope. Get the link. I'm gonna put the link in the Discord. Hunter is on his shit again. And who posted that in the Discord? Boca Loca. Big shout out to Boca Loca. We got some information to cover there. We got a lot of information on this topic. Wow, this is a fucking huge topic. This is gonna be a huge topic for the Sunday show. And the whole Crumbside community and everybody in the gaming community. We will all be talking about this. We will all be talking about this. Wow. Big red alert news. Let me get this to the Legion first. You guys see it there first. And then let's get it to the Sunday show server. And y'all get this one there first. And then I'm going to use my phone so we can... Yep. Let me send a... Okay, there we go. And then Xbox One consoles are gonna be discontinued by the end of the year, by holiday of this year. That's the big news. Microsoft basically was running on a promise that they would not leave any gamer behind. But if you're gonna discontinue the Xbox Ones, you're forcing everybody to buy the Xbox Series X. Don't seem right to me. Just does not seem right to me. As Microsoft looks poised to discontinue Xbox One, Sony has a huge opportunity with the PS4. Because it'll be the only next-gen console being made, still being produced. So, even though the PS4 outsold the Xbox One, and Sony could easily do the same thing to drive sales for the PS5, they don't need to. They have something called exclusives. They have games that you can only play on that hardware, that you can't play anywhere else. And you need that hardware to play those games. See, with Xbox, you wouldn't need them to do this. I just want to get this information up on screen, so let me go get this up. Nino Cooney, I got an hour to play through some parts, maybe get through there. We're gonna go get it right here. I need food because it seems like my body is hungry and shit, so this is big red alert news. Again, we're supposed to be gaming. Of course, we hopped in and out of some games to talk about that. Backwards compatibility, which is a huge dagger to Xbox. But now, right after these reports of backwards compatibility, there are now reports that they're about to leave. Wow, bro. Like, we know you lost. We know they lost, but damn, bro. This is 4 hours ago. There's some articles as old as 2 hours ago. I think the oldest one I saw was maybe 8 or 7 hours ago. This is the big news for the day. Microsoft is going to discontinue the Xbox One. And we don't know if it's the Xbox One X or every Xbox One or just the Xbox One systems or Xbox One, Xbox One, Xbox One S, Xbox One X. We don't know. We just know that they're about to discontinue Xbox One. I need to dig deeper to see what else they're doing. Okay, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. That Microsoft is on the cusp of discontinuing the X. Oh shit, they're gonna discontinue. That was the question I just had. They're gonna discontinue the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X. From what I understood, they had already started discontinuing the original Xbox One to force people to buy the two new Xboxes. But now they're about to discontinue those to force people to buy the new Xboxes, which would be the Lockhart and the Xbox Series X. Again, they said no gamer left behind. This is a lie. talking about smart delivery, talking about backwards compatibility, and as soon as your fucking competitor does the exact same thing that you said is exclusive to your platform, you can't handle it. And you leave. You run away. We already knew this was gonna happen. This isn't like there's no timeline where Microsoft wasn't gonna do this. They did this last gen and they did it the gen before. Because Sony always outlasts them. Sony is a 10-year life cycle. PlayStation is a 10-year life cycle console. Every last one of their consoles was supported for 10 years or more. As far as gamers buying the consoles, it goes farther than 10 years. But as far as Sony supporting the PlayStation consoles, is a 10-year console. Supported for 10 years. There's still games being made by their first-party studios for close to 10 years or more. Xbox, you can't name a console they supported for 10 years. And if you were going to name the Xbox One, it looks like that shit ain't happening anymore. Whoever has an Xbox One, that's cool. Whoever wants one, for whatever reason, you might want to hurry up and get it. Because they're going to discontinue that. And this makes so much sense. If there's no Xbox Ones out there to buy, you can't play the games that were supposed to be only for the Series X. That means you're forced to buy the new Xboxes. So that's what they're doing. They're planning to get rid of, stop making the older systems so you're forced to buy the newer ones. Because you won't be able to find the older systems anymore. And I saw that with the coronavirus, everybody being stuck at home, so they were buying these consoles even if they didn't have one because they were bored in their homes. So stragglers, casuals, moms, dads, they needed a console. They were all stuck in the house. So a lot of these consoles, PS4 and Xbox included, were sold out on Amazon. But we know they're making PS4s. We know they're not going to stop doing that. We know the same thing with the Nintendo Switch. The thing with Xbox is we were getting some information on Amazon. I know me and Sam, when we went back to Amazon, they were talking about different bundles were discontinued. And or different versions of Xbox console were discontinued. And we thought it was an error. But it doesn't seem to be an error. This seems to have been something that they were going to do for a long time. And it kind of leaked out, from what I know, on Amazon first. This is big news, guys. When I talk to you guys about it, this is big news. Big news. Wow. They can't even support their fucking system for 10 years. Damn. And they said they were. That's the big slap in the face to all the Xbox fans. They claimed that they were not going to leave any of their gamers behind, and now they are. They're purposely forcing you to buy a new system. If I was anybody, I would switch over to PlayStation because you know the Xbox Series X is dog shit. So it's no point in wasting your time or money giving them any chance to show you otherwise, because they're not. I'm scrolling up and reading it. What's the name? I'm seeing Maximum Carnage. Castlevania Lords of the Shadow is a great game. Yes, it fucking is. I played a little bit of it last gen. Didn't play as much as I wanted to. Again, work got in the way. That's why PlayStation All-Stars 2 could be killer. Exactly. Like, if they make a new PlayStation All-Stars, and this comment is by Vegan VR King. If they do make a new PlayStation All-Stars, obviously, they need to use more characters from their past. They have a lot of characters. Nickum, you asked earlier, and hopefully you can get in contact with me if you're a subscriber, so I can make you an avatar, because you don't have a avatar, and I don't know if you're, I don't know who you are. But yeah, it is, we have concept art for what seems to be 3 generations of PlayStation. Obviously, we see what is a PS3, the console, and then underneath of that is the PS2, and underneath of that is just a chip, and that will probably be the PS1 because it's so easy to emulate those games. And we already know they have full backwards compatibility with the PS4. So with that concept art, and they were definitely talking about something on the lines of your streaming for backwards compatibility emulation. That's why we're talking about backwards compatibility today. So if anybody wanted to know why, it's been confirmed pretty much by the concept art and the patent that Sony is working on emulation for other generations of PlayStation, and that would only mean that PS5 will be backwards compatibility in some way, shape, or form with past generations, which is a big fucking deal. Because PlayStation has 4 generations once you get to PS5. 4 generations of games. 4 generations of games. PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's a lot of fucking games. That would completely kill whatever Xbox is trying to talk about when it comes to backwards compatibility. They only have 3 generations of games to look back on. And Xbox, the original Xbox, most of their games were multi-plat. Even when you look at the Xbox 360, after those timed exclusive deals, whether a year or longer, after those timed exclusive deals dried up, those games went to PlayStation, whether that generation or the following generation with a remaster. PlayStation, that shit happened with them too, with Devil May Cry and Resident Evil 4. Those games went to Xbox this generation with remasters and shit like that. Final Fantasies, those games went everywhere with remasters this generation. But PlayStation, as far as exclusive games that are still only on their platform and never been remastered for this current generation to go to other platforms, they have a lot to look back on. Not like Xbox or, not like Xbox. Nintendo, also, the same thing. They got a lot to look back on. Lots of generations of Nintendo consoles with tons of games that never went anywhere else. So yeah, that is big news in itself, the backwards compatibility thing, because that is one of their pushes, is backwards compatibility, and you can play their games anywhere, and you don't have to upgrade. You can just stay in the ecosystem, so just buy Xbox One or buy whatever you want. I knew when Phil Spencer said that dumb shit, I knew he was lying. Phil Spencer is a fucking liar, and we all know this. Wow. This feels like deja vu. Phil Spencer is a liar. Wow, I must have said the same thing sitting this same exact way, because it feels like deja vu. Yeah, Phil Spencer's a fucking liar. We all knew it. He was the one that said you don't have to upgrade. If a family's not ready to buy the new Xbox, they don't have to. Well, if you're gonna discontinue the Xbox Ones and prevent them from buying one of those, you're basically forcing them to get the new systems. And I knew they were gonna have to do this when they saw how competitive the PS5 reveal was. When PlayStation didn't just announce a 4K disc-based console, they also announced a digital-only PS5 console. Very competitive reveal. The amount of games, timed exclusives that they showed, 9 of them, 15 timed exclusives, 9 real exclusives. Xbox didn't show shit comparable to that. And by the time that they do have this event at the end of the month, it'll be 8 months. They started 8 months ago, and PlayStation killed them in June with their reveal. Xbox has not shown anybody comparable. They haven't shown anybody games lineup comparable to what we saw with the PS5 reveal. Nothing. For 8 months. For 8 fucking months. At the end of July, it'll be 8 months that they revealed the Xbox Series X in December of 2019. And they did not show shit. Sad. Now they're going to force people to buy their new systems that are going to be overpriced and not worth shit. This is the big news of the day, people. But it's not something we didn't see coming. PlayStation has been kicking their ass even at a higher price point for a long time. Yes, PlayStation 4, most of the time when I check on Amazon.com where I buy most of everything that I own, sometimes it's more expensive because they were selling the bundles for Xbox One, Xbox One S and X. They were selling them at such a low price comparable to the PS4, which obviously is more valuable because they have better games, so people can get away with charging $400 or $500 for their bundle, even though it's not coming from the Amazon warehouse, it's coming from a third party. But you have no choice because the original price, which Sony sets and it is coming from an Amazon warehouse, those units are sold out. So now you're on Amazon looking for a PS4, and the only people selling it is third party, and they jack the price up. But then the Xbox bundles are cheaper than $400 or $500. So you can buy an Xbox, and you know what you're getting, or you can spend additional money to buy a PS4. Again, remember, from a third party seller, and have a lot of fun with these games that we have. Really, really, really crazy. For those of you who haven't been following the latest rumors regarding the team in green, there's increasingly strong evidence to suggest it plans to introduce a cheaper, weaker next-gen console, which will share many features and components with its flagship, but will target a lower resolution. It sounds like it's playing a pricer attack on PlayStation with a more powerful high-end model and more affordable alternative. They could just call, I'm telling you, they might just call that shit Xbox. I mean, they're horrible at names, but they might just call that shit Xbox. That's what they might call it. They might just call it Xbox. Because they're going to get rid of all these other Xbox Ones. They're discontinuing them. They're bringing out, something new. But it's weaker than the primary system. And it's also going to be weaker than the Xbox One X, which doesn't make sense. I mean, why not have a firmware update to allow the Xbox One X to play whatever the Xbox Series X is playing, which they don't even need the firmware because they already can play the same games. I don't even understand the point of bringing out a Lockhart, which is weaker than the Xbox One X and weaker than the Xbox Series X. It's kind of like the Lockhart was what the Xbox One S was supposed to be the whole time, but they quickly pushed that shit out to try to hype up the 4K Blu-ray player, which they did a good job, but not enough people paid for it to matter. It was nice to brag about in the console war on YouTube or on Twitter, but nobody really went out and paid for it comparable to the PS4, which was selling on games alone, not features. For the whole generation, it's been games. Yes, we have amazing features, but the games have been driving the sales of the console. Whatever Microsoft is planning to do, they did some of the same things, or they're doing some of the same things this whole generation. That means they will not be successful next gen. Why would you follow the playbook of your own failure when you failed so bad? Nickum, you're right. He freaking lies so much. I don't get the love for the guy. the love for Phil Spencer, that's something we should really talk about also. We should be talking about the hype of Halo. That'll be a topic on the Sunday show. So they believe that anybody was better than the guy before Phil Spencer. What was his name, bro? I forgot his fucking name. Who was in charge of Xbox before Phil Spencer?
Here's what I found on the web.
Okay, this is from Microsoft.com. In these roles, Phil Spencer led the Xbox organization with the launches of Xbox One S and Xbox One X and acquisition. So basically, the company believes Phil Spencer did good shit, or they paint him as the guy that did a lot of shit. Obviously, he's just a front man. He's just the guy in front of the camera. You know him, but he's not really doing anything. There's people behind the scenes doing everything. He just is there to look pretty and pretty much take the credit. Or the crazy fanboys gives this guy all the credit for the changes of Microsoft. One man can't change this company unless he was working at the top for Microsoft, but he's not. I just believe that they needed a hero after what happened with the launch of the Xbox One, and when they put Phil Spencer in front of everybody, it was like, okay, well, things are going to change. Look at this new guy. Things are going to change. The whole time, people kept thinking things were changing for the better. They were not changing for the better. They were changing for the worse. If Phil Spencer was as good as you guys say he is, wouldn't he already acquired these studios 4 years ago? If he was as good as you guys say he was, wouldn't he make sure that games did not get canceled and studios didn't get closed down? Especially Lionhead that makes the Fable series. Why would you close them down? Why would you cancel a Fable that was already in beta? Why would you do that? Everybody and their mother knew the saving grace for Xbox was a new IP. One of those new IPs was Scalebound. Why wouldn't you work with the developer? Why would you have them cancel the fucking game? Again, there's so much failure on the part of Phil Spencer, it's not even funny. I don't understand how these delusional Xbox fans believe Phil Spencer is some sort of messiah or savior for Xbox. If he was saving Xbox, if he was doing right by Xbox, multiple times in the year, Xbox would outsell the PlayStation in the United States. But it doesn't fucking happen. If he was doing so good with Xbox, they wouldn't have stopped talking about the game sales. But now they won't even let you know the engagement. Phil Spencer is a liar and he's a fucking joke. He's a con man. And I mean, I can't understand. Me personally, I can't understand what they like in this guy. He has not done anything for the betterment of Xbox. Andrew Wilkins, he says, all races love lying. White men, though, been that way for centuries. Yeah, I mean, look, I agree. I'm not going to bring race into it. He's a fucking con man. He works for Microsoft. Microsoft lies. Xbox is owned by Microsoft. That means anybody in control of Xbox is lying. It's simple as that. He could be black and he would still be lying because he works for Microsoft. That's just how that shit is. You know, that's how it is. Microsoft is devaluing their console to be cheaper than the PS5. Laugh out loud, seems like desperation. Well, that's the only other thing they can do. Quanvo, I think I'm pronouncing it right, Quanvo. So, that's the only thing they can do, Quanvo. That's the only thing they can do. They couldn't go head to head. They lost against Xbox. Sorry, they lost against PlayStation, releasing their console a whole year before the competitors. They didn't strike any gold with third-party exclusive contracts, any timed exclusive contracts, any promotions. Acquiring studios. None of this helped make people want to buy an Xbox. Game Pass, still, nobody wanted to buy an Xbox. They tried hard. I will never lie about that. They tried so many different ways to get people to buy an Xbox One this whole generation, but nobody was going for it. So, again, I can't sit up here and lie and say they didn't try a lot of different tactics, but just nobody cared. Nobody cared. It wasn't enough. He only chose to start getting studios when he saw the backlash of them not having first-party games. He never intended to invest in first-party. Exactly. Quote, Quanvo. Sorry for fucking up your name. Quanvo, I agree, bro. Like, why do you have to wait 2 generations into, 2.5. All of the Xbox gen, Xbox 360's gen, and halfway through the Xbox One's generation to start investing in the first party. Obviously, it was not your idea. Sony was picking up first party studios for a long time. Let me show you some of the most popular studios they picked up and what they fucking produced. You'll be fucking surprised. And this was just last gen. Where are we? Okay. So look who they picked up last gen. They picked up Sucker Punch last gen. Sucker Punch makes Infamous games, and they made Sly Cooper for many, many years. Now they're making Ghost of Tsushima, but Sony didn't acquire them until last year. Last gen. I apologize. Last generation. That's when they picked up Sucker Punch. Media Molecule. They acquired Media Molecule after Little Big Planet 1, which is sitting above a 93 on Metacritic, I believe. I think it's like a 94 on Metacritic. The very first Little Big Planet. And now they produce Dreams, where people can make full games if they want to inside of this. They picked up 2 of these studios. Some of the best studios out there. Media Molecules has more awards than Bungie does for Halo. And I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. Media Molecule has a lot of awards. And they're going to get even more for Dreams. Again, Infamous, Sly Cooper. Now you have Ghost of Tsushima. They're known to be able to do different types of games. It's amazing that they can do that. This is what's going down. They own Sucker Punch. But let's think. What if Sony didn't acquire Sucker Punch last gen, and what if they didn't acquire Media Molecule last gen? They might have not had the funding to continue to make games. Ghost of Tsushima probably would have never came out, and Dreams probably would have never came out. Dreams has been in the work for a long ass fucking time, and they still released it. $40 when it first came out. Now the game is $30. Eventually it'll be on PlayStation Plus. Tons of creations. Most of these creations always get buzz. They're in articles. People can't believe that they made a new Zelda and Mario and shit. People just fucking minds are blown. 3-dimensional games being made in Dreams. PlayStation did right by doing that. But not only last gen. Look who they picked up this gen. They picked up Insomniac. The people that make Resistance, Ratchet and Clank, Spyro the Dragon, Spider-Man, Sunset Overdrive. They picked up a great studio this generation. They already own Sony Japan, which helped with Demon Souls. They helped with Bloodborne, Astro Bot, which is sitting at a 90 on Metacritic as well. Sony Japan helped with a lot of different games, They already own Sony Ben. I think from the start, they made a lot of great games. And they also produced Days Gone, which is an amazing game. Obviously, I got a platinum for that shit too. So they did good. But they didn't go out there and say, hey, let me buy every small studio because they're fucking cheap. And let's hope that they can, let's really point this out. Let's hope that they can put all their games on my service. So people go and find a reason to buy my service. Let me just let you know what happened with PlayStation Now, right? People did not buy into PlayStation Now until the price dropped. And then they also didn't buy into PlayStation Now until there were bigger games on there. There are tons of indie games on here, and we can check that out right fucking now. We can go through genres, right? And we can go look in the indie section, and I guarantee you that's not the reason why you're subscribed. That's not the reason why. Let me go see. Anime, crime, fantasy. I saw an indie section in this bitch, and I can't fucking find it anymore. Let me just say abstract. So okay, there are some games, like all of these games, you're not subscribed to PlayStation Now because of these games. You're subscribed to PlayStation Now for bigger games. None of these games made you get PlayStation Now. Let's be honest. And it's the same thing with Game Pass. Nobody's got Game Pass because of small games. They got Game Pass because of the big games. The big heavy hitting games. Let's say BioShock, Batman, Bloodborne, Castlevania, Lord of the Shadows, all of them. You've gotten PlayStation Now for this. And when you get Game Pass, you've gotten Game Pass because Halo Master Chief Collection is on there. Gears 5 is on there. Forza is on Game Pass. Minecraft is on Game Pass. You got Game Pass for the big games. Microsoft knew that. So why the fuck would they go buy cheap indie developers that can't produce big games to bring more people into their service? They only did it because they didn't have anybody else they could acquire. And that's the truth. They only got those small studios because none of the big studios would sell to Microsoft. Sega will not be acquired by Microsoft. Konami will never be acquired by Microsoft. You got to get that shit out of your head. It's not happening. It's not happening. So now they're stuck with these smaller indie studios, and they don't want to force any of them to make AAA games. They basically just want them to produce content for their service and hope that whatever that content is enough to keep people subscribed to it. Again, if I was in a position of power and people would listen to me, I would tell people to stop supporting Game Pass. Force Microsoft to make traditional AAA games again. When you stop supporting Game Pass, they will understand that they fucked up with the gamers. And then what will they do? They will go back to the internet, they will listen to the majority of the gamers, and the majority of gamers will be talking about AAA, 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 AAA. And guess what? They're going to be forced to make sure that they produce AAA games. But by that time, it'll be the end of the generation. Because remember, they started acquiring and making studios towards the end of this generation. It is 2020. This is the year the next gen started. So you completely ignore this year. They've been acquiring studios at the tail end of the gen. 2018, 2019. Come on, man. The end of the generation. Sony over here releasing AAA masterpieces, and you're still fucking buying indie studios. Just so people can buy into your service. And the whole time, PlayStation Now has gotten better. It has gotten better games every month. They're smart enough not to leave their big AAA exclusives on there, but to have a time limit for those games. Even some of the third-party developers don't leave their games on there. They have a time limit, as you can see underneath. They're smart about how they have this plan. Because if you just keep all the games over there, if you keep all your big AAA exclusives over there, nobody's going to fucking go buy games again. Perfect example. Watch Dogs 2 is only going to be on there until October 5th. Then it's leaving. That's a big game. Street Fighter 5 does not have an end date. That means Street Fighter 5 will stay. That makes sense. Why? Because Street Fighter 5 is an old-ass game. Metro Exodus is leaving November 30th. That's not staying. Dishonored 2 seems like it's staying. It doesn't have an end date. Microsoft, from what I understand, they don't even let you know what games are leaving or what games are staying. You find that out if they decide to make those games leave. They don't let you know as soon as they add the games to it. I like PlayStation now because they're fucking honest about every game they add. You will see it underneath. This game is going to be here until this date. That's how it should always be. You don't see fucking Spider-Man on here anymore. You don't see Horizon Zero Dawn on here anymore, do you? I'm going to go down to the PlayStation exclusive section. Where's Horizon Zero Dawn? I don't see it on here anymore. Where's Uncharted 4? It's not on here anymore. Bloodborne's on here because it's 5 years old. Killzone Shadowfall is on here because it's like 7 years old. Knack is on here because it's Knack. But where are the top sellers? The games that sell the PS4 hardware. They're not on here anymore. They were smart about that. They put them on here for a time limit to get people into the service, and then they took that shit off. Because they know it's more important for them to sell the game for people to just play it for free with a cheap subscription. So they're smart. Microsoft's not. Nobody will ever buy a game on Xbox because they don't have to. Just sign up for Game Pass and play it whenever the fuck you want. The difference between Sony and Microsoft has always been clear. This is where the gamers are. Simple as that. I've done my test with Dead Nation. I'm not going to play that anymore. I played it at the beginning of the year. And I've done my test with this game. We got under 30 minutes. So, I want to play more of Ni no Kuni, but I can't right now. And I don't want to disrespect the game by rushing through it and shit, so fuck that. I saved at a good point. I'll finish it at another time, but I definitely want to play that in pro mode to see all the enhancements. I got some screenshots that I got to share. We're going to take a look at Ghost of Tsushima and take a look at some of these sales. I want to let everybody know, yeah, Ni no Kuni is a really great game. It is $15. So if you were wondering, should you pick it up? Pick it up. Definitely pick it up. Pick it up. If you like Digimon or Pokemon, Monster Rancher, even Yu-Gi-Oh to a degree, you will like that game. It has those elements. If you like Studio Ghibli movies like Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle, trust me, you will like that game. Definitely recommend buying that game right now while it's $15 fucking dollars. Please pick that shit up, because once it goes back to $40, you're not gonna want to touch it. And it has a native 4K 30 option and a 1440p 60 frames per second option. If you're looking for a 60 frames per second game, definitely that's your game. It has trophies, it has a platinum, has a great story, it's a lengthy game. If you're looking for a Japanese RPG, trust me, pick it up. You're not going to be disappointed. If you're not going to play it right now, that's cool, but pick it up while it's $15, sorry. I would recommend everybody to do that. There are a lot of game sales. We're going to go take a look at some of these. If you see something you want, you might as well pick it up while it's cheap. Because when those prices bounce back, look, Assassin's Creed Unity is $8.99. Once it bounces back, it's going to be at $30 again. I'm not an Assassin's Creed fan, but if you like Assassin's Creed or you don't like it, but you wanted to pick this game up at a cheaper price, it's not going to get cheaper than this. Remember, next generation is starting. They have to do this. Actually, they don't have to do this, but they are doing it. Yeah, I'm doing that. Fuck it. See, I wanted Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite for a long, long time. I wanted it for a long time. I just did not want to pay $40 fucking for a game that I know is not worth it. But I'm still gonna wait. Yeah, I'm still gonna wait because nah, I'm good. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's some games. Fuck Metal Gear Survive. We already know to deal with that. There's tons of games on here at a cheap price. If you like Japanese RPGs, I would recommend this game only. Sword Art Online, Halo Fragment, English subtitles but not voice acting. Wait up. Hold on. No, I don't recommend this one. Hold on, that's not the one I recommend. Where's the other one? Oh, that's not the one I recommend. There's another Sword Art Online that was better than that one before this one came out, but I don't fucking see it. Did they take it off the store? Because I know I'm supposed to own it. That's fucking weird. Whatever, I'll search it later. I don't got time to do it now, but I think they might have took that good one off the store. That fucking sucks. They got God Eater Resurrection on here, shit like that. Like, they got games on here, and this is the section for games under $15. So they got Agents of Mayhem, which is a Saints Row type of game, and it's only $6 fucking. I would definitely, if you like Saints Row, you like games like that, I would tell you to pick that up. I wanted this indie game for a long time, and it just fucking came out, to be honest, and it's already $6. So they got some damn good sales. Everybody talking about the Steam summer sale, but they're not talking about the PlayStation Store summer sale, which is amazing. As you can see, all these games for a fucking cheap price. This looks like a good racing game, but it looks like shit too. So nah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. But yeah, a lot of games under $15. Then we got games 70% off. Ni no Kuni was a game that was 70% off, and I got it for $15. I think the raw price was $50. So you can't beat that. I wanted a Need for Speed game, but I don't think it's on sale yet. God Eater 3, almost 70% off, 67% off. It was a $60 game, and now it's $19.79. Can't beat that if you're a God Eater fan. I will not pay for this, because I still think that collector's edition, the digital deluxe edition, I think that's still too much. Because we all know this was the worst Marvel vs. Capcom game. So I will gladly wait until that shit's even cheaper. Fuck Capcom when it comes to their fighting games. They really suck a lot. Dragon Age Inquisition. I own this game. I came into some rough spots with it. It's a great game. Oh my god. Look, you can't beat that. Dragon Age Inquisition is $5. Like, what? This is what I don't understand with the gaming community. We're going to sit up here and hype up the Steam summer sale, but you're not going to hype up the PlayStation summer sale? For real? $5 for this? This is a great game, and it's the digital deluxe version. Come on, man. Fuck out of here. Fuck PC gaming. Fuck you guys, man. Fuck you guys. Titanfall, the Ultimate Edition, is $5.99. The game plus all the content, $6. Like, you can't make this shit up. Why is nobody else covering this shit? Call of Duty is still too fucking high. Fuck out of here with that. Nope. Nobody cares. Nope. Don't care about that. And Ex Machina, I remember Adam said he picked that game up. If you like twin stick shooters, old school Very, very, very competitive game, very challenging game. This is a game for you. If you like games like this, this is a game for you. This is also by the people House Marquee, which they're making the Returnal, which is a PS5 exclusive. This game was day and date on PC, and then the next game they made, which was Matterfall, which I have. That game was exclusive to the PS4. Then Resogun, they also made that too, and Super Stardust, they also made that. So if you know those games, you might like this. The price is $5. I still think it's a little bit too much. It could have been $4, but it's $5. If you like that game, go pick it up. Yeah, the sale here is an impressive sale. I've heard of Grip. I've heard good things of this. I don't know if I should pick it up for that price. Boca fucking Loco, what's going on? I knew the PS5 backwards compatibility with the PS4 games and PS3 games, and PS2 games and PS1 games. Yeah. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about this game. Let me see if I can go to the game page. Let me see if it's marked down. It's not, is it? No. You can only get the digital deluxe, and it's marked down to 12 something. But if you go for the normal game, they're gonna charge you 40. I hate when they do that shit. But if you have PlayStation Plus, you're getting that shit for 75% off instead of 70. So again, the 70% off section is really fucking good. And some of them have PlayStation Plus discounts, so you're getting that shit at an even cheaper price. I don't see much here. Again, I picked up Ni no Kuni, and that's pretty much it. I did pick up some games that I used to have. I could show you guys those games right now. Then we gotta go back in and check the we have to go check Ghost of Tsushima before I get up out of here. We still got a lot of time, to be honest. Got about 17 minutes left. So I wanted to show off the games that I did re-download. I didn't buy them. I already purchased them day one. I heard good things about them. I'm hearing about a third installment, and I need to go find out where I put the fucking games. No, it's not in shooters. There it is. Shadow Warrior. Shadow Warrior is a good game. That's part 2. And then I put, there we go, Shadow Warrior 1. I put that back in my library. I believe both of them are on sale. I would tell you to pick it up. Shadow Warrior is in my backlog because I need to finish this game. And I'm gonna see if it starts, because it had this problem with my physical or digital where it would not start. But either I found a trick around it or they actually fixed it. But it's a really, really good game. It's first person. You can use a gun or you can use a samurai sword. It's really, really good. Let's go check out the Ghost of Tsushima stuff. So we got 7 days and 11 hours left. I thought I liked this. Okay, so we gotta go in here and check. This is what we got for right now. 7-11. This is all the fucking content. Lots of fucking content. That's a lot of fucking content. Like, that really is. I mean, you're gonna get this and you're gonna get this and I think this and obviously the game. You get these two and this for the normal. But I think for the digital deluxe, you get the Gen avatar for your profile picture, and then you get the bonus content. So you get some, and it's a lot of bonus content, by the way. So you get a lot of stuff. Let me go and check the library again. I got so many games on my hard drive now. Like, I think I'm at what? I was at 10. Oh shit, I got it more than I thought. Fuck. How many games I add? Oh, then I added those PlayStation Now games. I got 114 games on my hard drive now. Oh, games and apps. That sucks. Why I got this? No. No. I'm good. I don't know why I got these damn apps on my hard drive that I don't even watch that shit. I don't use Crunchyroll. Why is that there? Let's get this dumb shit off of here real quick. Like I said, I got games, not apps. I'm not an Xbox fan. There you go, games, straight games. Funimation stays because I watch anime. I don't watch this. Sorry, I don't do Hulu. But yeah, straight fucking games and apps, I guess. You know. So yeah. Lots of shit. PlayStation Video. You can't delete that. Can't delete that either. I watched that, yeah. Okay, so lots of games. Tons of fucking games. Yeah, back to 109. So we got a lot. Look at that. Here's the folders if you wanted to see what I'm rocking with. These are my fucking folders. Probably a perfect screenshot to take just to shut people up. Like, because if you look at the first 3 games of every folder, you can tell not everything is exclusive, except for the exclusive folder. You know, my backlog, the only thing that's exclusive right now is Judgment. I still think that game's going to go multiplayer, I just don't know when. Killzone and the shooters, that's exclusive. And then nothing else in the RPGs. Gran Turismo, as far as racing, and Wipeout, that's exclusive, but Crash isn't. You know, I mean, that's just how it is. So this is what I wanted to show you. Some people don't know how to do this, and I don't know if I'm gonna have to like keep talking to people about it. But we got 41 people, and I'm really grateful that you guys are here. If you don't like the stream, please give me a dislike. But if you like what you're listening to, what you're watching, please post a like right there. Let me know. So what you do when you go to your library and you want to see what you have that you've already pre-ordered, and you're trying to see your pre-order bonuses, you gotta go all the way down here to purchases. It's always going to say purchases. It's going to give you the total number of purchases you have. Mine is 257. I think it's more than that, but that's what they say. So that's 257. I'm going to take another screenshot because I'm going to need that for proof when people try to say stupid shit about me. Okay. There we go. So, what you want to do, you don't want to do name or name, A to Z or Z to A. You don't want that. The best thing to do is go to purchase date. Once you set this, it'll always stay at purchase date. That means when you go down to purchase, you will see the next game coming up in your pre-order. I don't have any more pre-orders, so Ghost of Tsushima is the only thing I have. It shows all the pre-order bonuses as well. So it shows the game itself, the bonus content, as well as the digital mini soundtrack. So, we're going to go into the game itself. And if you go into the game itself, it's going to show you all the other content anyway. So you're good on that. So, my whole setup. This is how it should look for you. Now, if you're in another country and it doesn't look this way, I don't know how to help you. But this is how it should look. It should look like this. So you got the time. You got an overlay overview, which would show like community. Well, overview would show like other stuff. Activities, would show what your activities are with the game, and that right there is me liking the game. Liking the Digital Deluxe 3 fucking times. I knew I liked it. We got 2 communities specifically for Ghost of Tsushima, and then this one has Ghost of Tsushima, but it doesn't look like its focus is Ghost of Tsushima. So that's what we got right now. Looks good. Actually, I want to go into this one. This is looks like it has a nice little banner. Again, we have the PlayStation community. I've opened that shit up publicly, so anybody can join if you're on PlayStation. So there's no restriction there. Yeah, this shit looks dope. Yeah, this is a dope ass community. Yeah, but this is another country. But that shit looks dope. Yeah, hopefully they go big on the PlayStation community with the PS5, because I want more incentives to use this. But I just don't anymore. I could download it on my phone, but I use Discord so much more. So this is how it's supposed to look. You got the communities overview, which I forgot what goes here. You got your activities, which would be if you like something, screenshots, video, live stream. And then you have all your content here. You can see all 7 add-ons, which is your content. You can go over that together. We got Ghost of Tsushima Extra Technique Point. Ghost of Tsushima Better Health Recovery. Ghost of Tsushima Special Horse. Ghost of Tsushima Special Sword. Ghost of Tsushima Special Saddle. Ghost of Tsushima Special Armor. And Ghost of Tsushima Golden Mask. That's the add-on for the game itself. Now, when you leave out of here and go back, you have whatever avatar they're going to give you, or you've collected pertaining to the game. We only have one for Ghost of Tsushima. Hopefully they have another one, but this is the one. It is pre-order. I cannot equip this until the game comes out. So 7 days, 11 hours, 6 minutes. Then we have themes, right? I've only collected 3 themes. This one was free. This is the one I got when I pre-ordered the game. And this is the game pre-order that's even better than this one. So that's what I got. Only 3 themes. Both of these are dynamic, but this one's better. And they're already installed. So, this is it. This is all the content you get for Ghost of Tsushima. Obviously, you got the other content right here, which is the mini soundtrack. I don't know what this bonus content is. It could be the add-on shit, but I don't know. So, they're basically saying bonus content, and they don't have an image either. So, I don't know what it could be. It could be something, but I don't know what it is. No fucking clue. So, a lot of stuff you get for Ghost of Tsushima Digital Deluxe, as well as the standard one. You gotta get this standard, physical or digital, it doesn't matter. Oh, I still got all of this other stuff I needed to download for, the fuck? I didn't download the Last of Us Part 2 soundtrack, and I'll put that shit on my fucking phone. The fuck? 5 minutes until I gotta go. What the fuck? I didn't... Okay, well, that sucks. I should have fucking knew about this one. Okay. Well, that's pretty much it. I'm going to add this to the media section. Over here to all my other fucking content. I got a mini soundtrack for... What the fuck? I got a soundtrack for Final Fantasy, The Last of Us, and Ghost. I'm gonna put all this music on my phone between this week and next week, cause I know this shit sounds really good. I can work out to that shit or just listen to that shit. Good. Got a lot of content. I'm gonna go into Shadow Warrior because I think it's important that you know what type of game it is. And it's a really cool game. So go look it up on PlayStation Store. It's discounted as well for the PlayStation Summer Sale. It is Shadow Warrior. 1 and 2 is discounted. I didn't get to play a lot of Part 2, but I did support the game. Oh, hell no. Hold on. I played a lot of this one, so where's my fucking game save? Please say that shit's in the cloud. Yes! Yes, that shit's in the fucking cloud. Woo! Okay. Download all. I was about to say, man, please don't make me fucking start over. Cause I know I was getting close to the end of that damn game. Oh, thank God. I love the cloud, man. Sometimes that shit saves me, man. Cause I will not play a game if I gotta play that shit over again. I'm not doing that. I got a lot of saves, man, for this game. It's gonna take a while because there's so much. So we seem to have a image of somebody holding the DualShock 5, but I can't confirm if it's Photoshop or not because it looks a little blurry. But I'm pretty sure that we will have clearer images of people holding the DualShock 5. I know that they have a 3D printed one and a 3D printed PS5. It's not real, so if you see it, make sure you look at the back to see if it's real or not. If they don't show the back, it's fake. But I'm pretty sure a lot of developers should have the DualShock 5 in their fucking studio, so. Yeah, they should have that shit. So I just want to show you a little bit before I get up out of here, guys. Again, if I'm going to recommend a game, you know it's good. Trust me. Trust me, you know it's good. I had a lot of fucking shit done on this game, for real. It was a lot. There we go. Thank you. So again, it's a 60 frames per second game as well. I'm sorry. It's a 60 frames per second game. It's really good. Trust me, it's like really fucking good. I forgot how you open up shit. I haven't played this fucking game in a long time. But I'm just letting you guys know it's a really good game. Yeah, it's basically, you can say it's, yeah, it's first person, and it is a first person shooter, but you do have like a samurai sword, and you can chop people up and chop their heads up. It's a really bloody game, you know, it's a really gruesome game. I chopped his ass out. Oh shit, I'm getting hit. I'm getting lit up. Fuck, I need cover fire. We good? Oh, and you get graded when you do like different fights and shit, like how your style points and shit. It's a good game, trust me. and it's super cheap. So definitely pick this up. It's on sale. 60 frames per second as well. Definitely recommend it. Guys, I'm up out of here. I gotta transfer some pictures over. I'll be talking to you guys on the community section of the YouTube page, Discord, Twitter. The polls will go up a little bit later today to vote on what games I will be playing. I just hope I can remember all the fucking games that we're going to be voting on, because there's a lot of fucking games. So I'll be looking in, let me see, where's the backlog? I got to take a screenshot of this shit to see what the fuck we going to play. So we got this. Yeah, I'm fucking late. I like to leave at 1. What do we got? We could put basketball in there, I guess. I don't know. Is there any exclusive I haven't played over here? I got fucking Dreams and shit. I think I kind of want to do a 60 frames per second stream. So we might see what the fuck we got there to do one. Because I've been hearing so many PC fans talk about we don't have a 60 frames per second game, or we don't have any, and I'm so tired of it because we have so many. I have so many now. Like, both of the Shadow Warrior games are 60 frames per second on a PS4. So yeah, I don't understand that shit. Yeah, I do need to work on one of these games. I want to get a platinum so Ghost can be my 50th platinum. So whatever that game is, I need to work on that shit this weekend also. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and as you know, midnight tonight, you can start to pre-download Ghost of Tsushima for the digital users only. So I have that on my hard drive tomorrow. I'll show you guys what it looks like. I'll see you tomorrow. Don't know what stream we're going to do. We're probably going to do a live chat. So we're just going to be talking. I'm going to read off the comments, shit like that. I hope you guys have a great day. Again, if you like the stream, hit the like button on your way out. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. If you like the content, you can hit the subscribe button so we can quickly get to 9,000, and I can give away at least $100 to $200 for the dedicated fans that come here every day. Have a great day. I hope I can have one too.